All the tools on this list are either new or have received a big update within the last year. You'll find affiliate links to all of these down in the video description. Those really help support my channel, so I appreciate if you use those. Thank you very much. First up on the list is Motion 4, one of my most used tools inside of Adobe After Effects. This is a pretty exciting release. I feel like I've been waiting for it for a long time. It's been a handful of years since Motion 3 came out. The UI has been overhauled. There's a bunch of new tools. I use Motion quite often to do custom animation curves to quickly move my anchor point around, and probably my favorite feature that I find myself using quite often is the focus group feature. And because when I'm working in like a really complex map animation, I like to group all of the most render intensive layers so that I can quickly toggle them on and off, which really helps speed up my workflow. If you'd like to purchase this or any other tool from Mount MoGraph, use the promo code BOON to get a discount. K-Bar is another super popular tool. I feel like all my After Effects peeps use this one. With K-Bar, you can create custom toolbars unique to whatever your specific workflow is. You can put your most used effects, presets, and more close by for quick access. And depending on your specific project or workflow, you can switch between multiple toolbars. K-Bar 3 is the latest version and now has toolbar labels, more button types, bulk import and export buttons, wider buttons, and now you can share with others. Mobar is a collection of over 120 time-saving tools all in one place, right at your fingertips. It has a really nice minimal design, so it's not going to clutter up your workspace. I can't even scratch the surface with how much this tool has to offer. It's really incredible. You can add important tools and expressions via custom buttons, batch rename and resize comps, auto crop comps, quickly set up a camera rig. You can align and offset keyframes as well as layers, grab matching properties, rename groups of layers. New to version 2, you can now add custom buttons for expressions, scripts, and effects. You can right-click on buttons and rearrange them, create workspaces for different needs. If you want to do a quick search, there are custom shortcut keys for that. Users can export, import, and reset profiles, and your top most used tools will be displayed in the search window. Definitely a crazy bang for your buck. With automation blocks, you'll find an infinite collection of pre-made, one-click tools designed for any task. You can fully customize all the tools and even create your own. As with many other plugins on this list, there are way too many features to talk about here, but highlights include comp duplicates from a spreadsheet, a color palette workflow, comp time tools, expressions, guides, keyframes, pre-composing on steroids, project cleanup, randomizing, creating rigs and presets, using text in a spreadsheet, syncing folders, and much more. AEViewer is marketed as the best and fastest way to view and import files directly in After Effects. It allows you to create collections, you can set up libraries of expressions, you can even preview and import After Effects and Premiere Pro project files without even opening them. It works with all the formats you need, however, some of the formats are only available in the Pro version. Yes, there is a free and Pro version, so if you want to take it for a spin, go check out that free version. This is a fun one. It's called I Ate Mushrooms, and it's basically an extremely diverse noise generator. More specifically, what they call it is a neural network-based image and noise generator. So with it, you can create bizarre, abstract, and hypnotizing animations from over 1,000 predefined object categories, or you can base it on your own footage. All of the generations are fully loopable, and you can even use your own custom noise mats to drive the randomness of your creations. Whatever you do, just don't operate any heavy machinery. EmojiKit is exactly what it sounds like. This is essentially a library of animated and still emojis directly in After Effects. You can go check out the product page to see all of the animations, which are all loopable, by the way. As of the time of this recording, EmojiKit comes with over 50 emojis. There's free updates available, so as the library grows, you don't have to worry about paying for anything else. Each layer is made with shape layers and no effects, so everything is going to be clean and sharp resolution. The coolest feature is it is Lottie compatible. Reach is another one of these incredibly useful tools like Motion 4 and Mobar. It's definitely going to speed up your workflow. It's one of those tools that you use and then you wonder, how did I do things before this? Definitely another tool that's a great bang for your buck. Reach has a modular user interface with a ton of features, and I mean a ton. Just go check out the list on the product page. You have one-click buttons that can resize a layer, explode shapes of a layer, clear effects and expressions, crop and pre-compose, unpre-compose, bake expressions, organize project items, and my favorite, empty memory and disk cache. Again, I'm just scratching the surface of the surface, so go check out the product page, follow that link in the video description. With Bendio, you can bend layers that have other layers parented to them. It's quick and simple to use, and it will work with any type of layer, both rasters and vectors. It's great for incorporating bends into chains of parented layers like character rigs. And Bendio works in conjunction with Limber. With Bendio, you can just drag attach points to wherever you want them and move them whenever you need to. There's a button to generate nulls, which follow those points as you bend a layer. Texture Looper is the first official script from Jake in Motion, aka Jake Bartlett, the king of After Effects tutorials. With Texture Looper, you just select the textures you'd like to use, click the button, and you're done. Now, while it comes with 52 seamless textures ready to use in any project, you can also use any image as a texture source, even if it's not seamless. Just simply check the Mirror Edges checkbox to hide those seams. What's that? You like K-Bar? Well, Texture Looper is K-Bar compatible. It even comes with a custom K-Bar icon, so you can keep your AE workspace nice and tidy. Thanks, Jake. Depth Scanner uses artificial intelligence to estimate depth in a scene. This is advertised as the only depth estimator which can produce flicker-free and consistent results on video. They do this by using multiple frames to calculate temporally stable depth maps. You can use it for slicing effects, depth-based grading, parallax mapping, post-process depth of field, and you can even add fog. Loopy is a handy panel for looping keyframes, paths, pre-comps, and footage. As with Texture Looper, this bad boy is also K-Bar compatible. Love it. You can choose between cycle, ping pong, offset, and continue modes. You can limit loops to specific keyframes. You can easily loop in, loop out, or do both together. Change loop direction, set keyframe modifiers. You can forget about the days of time remapping where you have to create, delete, and move keyframes to get it to loop. With Loopy, you can simply trim your layer and apply. You can add loops to multiple properties on multiple layers or to layers themselves, all with one click, even if they're different types. Stop wasting time writing expressions, folks. What are you doing? This is a cool new little tool called ColorSwap that allows you to easily search and replace colors within a comp, a selection, or your entire project. Oftentimes, I find that tools that work with color can be clunky or counterintuitive or difficult to understand. This is a really straightforward tool that has two simple functions. You can search and replace a color, or you can swap colors. And then as you can see here, easily adjust the search scope. Hold down Shift to search an entire project, or limit the search to selected layers. Super cool, you can switch between a regular UI or a mini UI to save your screen space. Cool little tool. With LayersPro, you can manipulate layers, compositions, properties, and effects globally throughout your project. So if you're working in really complex projects that have a lot of layers and compositions, you're definitely going to like this script. You can bulk copy, replace, and delete layers and selected compositions, bulk copy, replace, and remove effects, properties, and masks on selected layers, and you can even do bulk change for duration, size, frame rate, and switches in selected compositions. Talk about a time saver. Faux Parent will give you all of the power of normal parenting, but with the freedom that you will never get from a real parent. When working in Adobe After Effects, Faux Parent is going to allow you to decide how much control the parent can have over the child. There are different parenting modes like position, scale, rotation, and opacity. You can assign any of the parenting modes to all selected layers while applying Faux Parent. So you have batch parenting, batch delay. You can really quickly and easily create complex animations via delay. If you create a lot of parallax effects, this is a super helpful tool. Automation Toolkit is an extension that really lets you create your own custom buttons with their own custom functionality. And you can create really complex script-like functions. These really complex script-like functions are called automations. It really allows anyone to program in a simple way. You don't have to worry about expressions, and it gives you the freedom to experiment without dealing with error messages that you don't understand. You can use simple drag and drop to bring your automation files into a panel, keep things organized. You can run the automations using keyboard shortcuts. You can share the automations with others. More than 280 properties and actions are supported. And there's two versions. You have Automation Toolkit Pro and Automation Toolkit Free. The free version allows you to store up to 10 automations at the same time. Go check it out. With Vector Paint Studio, you can create paint stroke groups inside of Adobe After Effects. Manage, edit, and animate the strokes all at once. Apply tracking data to the strokes to design cool paint effects. You can do things like handwriting animations, light streaks, painting on the frames. There's a lot of customization options for the paths. You can modify them and even simplify the strokes. Stylize and transform animation paint groups. And the tracking tools in here are quite interesting. This tool allows you to easily create 3D primitives inside of Adobe After Effects. In fact, it's so easy, you can do it with a single click. It's super light and fast since it's all made with native After Effects tools. Everything is created from shape layers, solids, and pre-comps. And you can combine a bunch of these and create very cool 3D models all directly inside of After Effects. So for my roundup list from last year, I had a very cool tool called Signal. Well, this is from the same creator. This one's called JPEG Glitch. And these tools actually work well when used together. If you want to check out Signal, I'll leave a link for that down in the video description. This tool uses the JPEG compression algorithm to create effects. You can add some errors in each step of the algorithm or change values manually as you like. This manipulation creates very specific looks, which is only possible with the JPEG compression algorithm. Technically, the plugin receives each frame as a separate picture, converts it to a JPEG, and returns it in the same picture format. In the conversion stage, all magic happens where all errors and glitches are added. The creators made it so that all errors and broken bytes are left at the conversion stage, so the plugin returns only healthy pictures. So you don't have to worry that your rendered file will not work. It also works fast, so you don't have to wait around for it to render. With this tool, you can easily and quickly create a modulation wave effect. Now, despite there being a lot of math and physics going on under the hood, this plugin nevertheless renders fast, so you just need to worry about setting the parameters and getting the look that you want. Modulation uses a true physical modulation and demodulation algorithm. There are omega, phase, and distortion controls, has 3 low-pass filters, forward and backward directions, vertical and horizontal orientations. So again, check out Signal, I Ate Mushrooms, JPEG Glitch, Deep Glow, and this bad boy. From the creator of EmojiKit and Social Beam, BurstBox is a treasure trove of burst and pop animations ready for your command. You can add any of the 30 burst animations with just one click. The animations are easily customizable, both the color and the style. It comes with several color palettes and it's actually easy to customize. You can go check out the 30 animations over on the product page. The creators of Deep Glow now bring you Odometer. This allows you to quickly and beautifully animate numbers, text, and symbols. There's a free version that lets you animate numbers 6 figures or less. 3 main modes include numbers, words, and glyphs. With Odometer, you can count up to 9 duotrigantillion, which is 99 zeros, okay? 32-bit color precision, multi-frame rate enabled, GPU accelerated, blazing fast motion blur, great stuff. A new tool from Good Boy Ninja called Skew came out in 2022, and there was a lot of buzz around it, and I think that's due to the fact of how unique it is. As you can see, you can make bulk adjustments to layers very easily in a dedicated timeline, and the changes are instantaneous, so it's a really intuitive and fast process. And I really think what is so interesting about this tool are the variety of different methods in which you can offset layers. You have the skew here, you can scale via this bounding box, you can do this liquefy effect via a resizable brush. You can also directly manipulate in and out points. This is crazy. You can randomize everything, add label colors, quickly align, flip horizontally. It's crazy. Okay, so there you have it, 23 After Effects plugins to use in the year 2023. Let me know in the comment section what I missed. Big shout out to my tier 3 patrons, Tyson the Keymaster, Mike and Sandra over on YouTube at FlipMe+1, Ryan, Josh, and Alex. Thank you all so much for making this video possible.